There's
Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Wonky and welcome to my world. All right, we have a lot to get through tonight, so I'm just going to get right to it. I will ask, however, please, if you could please hit that like button, hit that like button. Well, thank you. Hello, Naris21. We have a lot to get through. It's all about relationships tonight. And here we go. We start with the first one. All these people are asking for advice from the men in the men's corner, but you know some women are gonna jump in there and give their own advice. All right, the first one: am I being strong alone, or do I just need to chill? Without getting into the text, it's already given desperation. I digress. Let's get into the text. I, 42, female, met a guy, 39, male, in October of last year. We hit it off immediately and spent time together, but he lives and works out of state. Okay, cool. We can make that work. He's amazingly inconsistent, though. Amazingly inconsistent. Not about what he wants from me, us. That hasn't changed since day one. But communication, wildly inconsistent. Yes, I've covered all the bases and he's not married or in a relationship, etc., etc., etc. A little about him. He works a lot, like 10 to 12 hour days with only one day off. So, yes, I completely understand that he stays exhausted. I also understand people don't always have the mental capacity to carry on conversations sometimes. But he can go multiple days, sometimes with zero contact, or he'll send a simple hi, then disappear. I'm not asking for constant communication. Sounds like you are. That's unrealistic. No, it's not. Just a check in here and there during the day. I've expressed this to him many times and he'll do it for a day or two, then back to the same. He's told me he loves me, misses me, needs me, is dating to marry me, wants me to come visit him soon. He's now currently 9 hours away for work. When we met, he was just 3 hours away in the same state. And eventually moved in with him. Eventually move in with him. He's stood by those feelings firmly, but the lack of communication feels like rejection to me. Hello, Maurice Silva Becerradamelo. Hello, hi. He stood by those feelings firmly, but the lack of communication feels like rejection to me. I've even told him if he can. Hello, Miss Jane Living Skies Color Creative. Hello, hello. I've even told him if he can't do this right now, just let me know. But he keeps insisting I'm who he wants. I guess what I'm asking is, do I just need to chill and let things play out and take his word for it, or am I being played like a fool? I don't know what the end game of telling someone 9 hours away all those sweet personal things and not wanting to let them go if all he's doing is playing me. All right, let's see. Somebody says, actions speak louder than words. It takes 30 seconds to send a quick text. Absolutely, I agree. Somebody else says, if he can't make time for you remote, he won't be able to make time for you in person. How much time have you actually spent together in person? All right, one last one, and I'm going to give him my piece of advice. Yes, I've covered all the bases, and he's not married or in a relationship, etc., etc., etc. The person is quoting. That's a variation of a very famous last of the very famous. Oh God, they try to be so out there that it didn't even make any sense. Miss Jane says, if you're wondering, you probably are being played. I say, yep. Last one says, you haven't learned anything in your 42 years. Absolutely, I agree with that. Okay, listen, if they're not, like somebody said, if they're not making time for you right now, the dating portion is as good as it's going to get. Okay. After that, it's all gonna be work. It's all gonna be not work like the actual. He's gonna go clock in, but working on the relationship to keep it current, keep it spicy, and keep it valuable. So if he's not making time for you right now, yeah, he probably you cover all your bases. No, the major base that you have failed to cover is whether or not he really is into you. Because if he really was into you, he will be hitting you up every moment that he can. There's no excuse for, oh, I'm at work. Everybody's glued to their phones. People have the balls to go into corporate meetings with their phone right by them, texting and checking email and all that while their CEO is up there doing a presentation. How do I know? Because I know. Every phone has the feature where like it's on silent, no vibration, no lights go off, no nothing. It's absolutely no excuse. So you mean to tell me that in those 10 to 12-hour days, he has not stepped away to use the bathroom and take his phone to text or taking a lunch break, a 20-minute break? He has been a slave 6 days a week for 10 to 12 hours where he has absolutely no moment in time to go hit up this girl. Ms. Jane says, there won't be time later, even less than when you're dating. Absolutely. So, girl, I know it hurts. I know it's you put all your eggs in one basket. It's time for you to cut your losses and go to greener pastures. Find somebody else. All right. Today, I'm giving you guys a treat. We're doing like more than one. So let me go ahead and do another one. All right, this is somebody else. It's all about relationships today. This is somebody else. This is a man asking for advice from his fellow men. All right, this one is quote, did I exaggerate about her behavior? Long story. Thank you in advance for reading and responding. Hi. A couple of weeks ago, I, 32, male, had a date with a lady, 33, female, via a dating app. The dating app provides a date without any conversation before. Don't know if relevant, but thought I mentioned it. Oh, that's interesting. An app that just matches you up, gives you a date, and then sends you out there to do it. That is different. All right, let's continue. We met on the day we planned. Oh God, this person is their English is not very good looking. I'm just gonna read it. We met on the day we planner and we had a very great start. She was very nice and polite, great talker, funny, etc. I wasn't directly attracted to her physically, but all other things were very nice and we agreed upon having a second date. Good to mention that she was very shy. In the next 2-3 weeks, we've had multiple active dates, like 3 a week, because we were having so much fun, and I'd realized that I got more attracted to her as time went by because I was liking her appearance. Okay, so she was ugly at first, but then okay. Your words and not mine. We kissed on the third date. And there was a physical connecting, especially from her side, because it was too obvious as she was touching and cuddling me very intense. Later that weekend, she stayed over, but we did not have sex. Which was fine to me as I wasn't overly intended to have sex anyway. I saw some body parts of her and I thought like, yes, she's looking very fine. Good to mention that she was still very nervous and some insecure behavior was added to this, which I'd noticed. The week after she texted me that she did not want to visit me that week because of a cold sore blister she had on her lip. Which she told me the first week that she had that time from okay, let's try it again. Which she told me the first week that she had that time from time where I reached. God, one more time. Which she told me the first week that she had that time from time where I reacted that it wasn't a big deal. This person is a foreigner, obviously. I convinced her to come over and have dinner, watch a movie together, that there was no reason to be insecure. She came over and it still was nice, but we did not kiss and touch each other because I did not want to get infected too. Which she agreed upon. Okay. Well, at least they're communicating, right? At least they're being open about it, right? Hold on. That they felt a bit off because we concluded that the physical touch was a very important part of our dating as we were kissing and touching all the time. Later that week, she told me she got insecure because I was not touching her, but I thought things would be better if we were not hitting on each other until her lips were healed. Well, which lips? North or south? Later that week, I started to realize that our dates weren't that nice as before, all because of not kissing and being intimate with each other. We spoke about it and she had the exact same feeling, which made her insecure. She was still asking me for confirmation about liking her and her being pretty, etc. Also, she consistently wanted to talk and have no silent moment because that made her feel nervous and insecure. I don't like that at all, as I'm more like a gut feeling person. I feel it when things are good between me and another person, so I'm not constantly telling someone she is pretty or whatever. Also, I like being quiet sometimes. There's no need for constant talk. You don't tell her to shut the fuck. Anyway, later that week, we had a date night, which was super fun, but I was tired that day and was very social active the day before, so I wasn't that talkative and didn't want to have big combos, which I told her, God, he needs to. Later that night, also, she expected me to make her something to eat, as I am a person who eats quark with fruit as late night meal, which I made for myself where she was standing next to me. Did he make himself something to eat and didn't even? If she asked me, I made her a bowl too, for sure. But I did not ask myself. He gets a bomb dropped upon him. What a gentleman, right? So when on the couch, she said she wanted to, but I didn't ask. Also, she said that I should have asked because I'm a caring person. Parentheses. Yes, I am a lot of moments in the parentheses. I told her that I found that very weird comment as she could have asked myself. Okay. Later that night, we went to bed and had our sleep. The next day, we woke up and we were talking about easy stuff. Not the hard stuff, but the easy stuff, Naris 21. So the moment I decided to get up, I kissed her belly and got up. I smell some sort of pee, and I am a direct person. I said that directly. Don't know why, but I thought I would appreciate it if it was the other way around. She did not appreciate it at all. Got mad, got in the shower, packed her stuff. She washed her vagina before she got on that train. Packed her stuff and left as we were supposed to go to have a workout together. Ooh, not a workout after she smelled like pee. I found this very childish behavior and didn't put any effort in to stop her from leaving. She left, and an hour later, I asked her if she got home safely. She sent me a picture of having a coffee somewhere and told me that she had peed herself a bit the day before on our date. This has to be a fucking joke. This has to be a joke. But she was too ashamed to tell me. I wouldn't have cared if she defecated. He didn't use those words. That's me editing. Defecated on herself. That makes you nasty. I would have fucking cared. That would have been it. Let me take that back. I wouldn't have cared if she had defecated herself, but I find it important to communicate, as I could ask her to leave immediately that evening on our date if she wasn't comfortable. Wait, what? She laughed, and we had 2 days of silence via texting, as she had said we'll talk later tonight that day. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Just 3 more paragraphs. After that, I decided to text her to tell her I wasn't liking this at all. And I was truly disappointed in her for not texting me. She said she was waiting for me to text her and show empathy to the situation. I told her that I need someone who can communicate well and that I am not the person who's constantly going to guess what's happening in her head. She said she was about to have her period. She was experiencing a hard time at work. She was still nervous and insecure about things, and that she needed my empathy for that. She also told me that I made that decision too soon, and without thinking about it, we cut off texting after. Is she right about me not showing empathy? Did I cut off soon? Also, I realized that I didn't find her that pretty. Oh, shit. I realized that I didn't find her that pretty after she was telling me about her being insecure, etc. As I don't find being insecure attractive. Am I wrong about thinking like that? I would like to hear your perspective. Oh no. No, 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 no. I guarantee you, you don't want to hear my perspective because you will be single and alone for the and not leave your home for the rest of your motherfucking life. First of all, let's backtrack to the herpes sore on the mouth. She told you what the deal was, and you still had her come over. Okay, she told you what the deal was. You still had her come over so you could then still ridicule her and make her feel uncomfortable about it. Okay, all right. If she's telling you, let's postpone our date. I have this you just wanted to take a look at it. You wanted to look at it. You want to see the freak of nature. You want to let the girl put herself together and be mentally there to meet you. But you push for it. And then you were so ungentlemanlike for you to make yourself a bowl of whatever that ethnic meal was and not even offer her and then get upset because she should have said something. You are, I was going to use some choice words. Are you overreacting? It's beyond you overreacting. You're not ready to date. If you're going to be feeling uncomfortable about the sore, then you shouldn't have had her come over. Then you have her come over and you start ridiculing her. You're going to tell her she smells like pee. You're going to tell her she smells like pee on an evening date. The smart thing to do is make a mental note and then don't have another date. If you're not attracted to insecurity, why do you kept bringing her around? You've had at least 8 dates altogether. No, she was something to do, something to keep you pass your time. You probably not attractive yourself, so you were gonna string this along, and then once she reads you for not being a gentleman and not having empathy about the various things, her lips not being able to hold the urine or the cold sores, any of that, now all of a sudden she's no longer that hot or that pretty, and you don't like insecurity. Let her go. Let her go. And let's see you get the next best thing. Let her go find somebody who's not gonna treat her like that. That's called microaggressions. That becomes then larger aggression, and then it becomes an abusive relationship. So it's best that everybody hits the exit button now, the eject button, as fast as you can. Locate the eject button on your chest and pull really hard, and goodbye. Okay? Fucking clown. Absolute clown. Get all weirded out because she has a cold sore, don't want to touch her, gotta put a fucking biohazard suit to be in the same room as her, but you told her to come over even though she told you I'd rather postpone because I have a cold sore. Fucking mind fucking the poor girl. All right, while we are at the hygiene, let's get to the last one for tonight. This is a woman asking men for more advice. It says, this is the last one for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A guy asked me out. I like him, but his lack of hygiene throws me off. What should I do? Girl. Sounds like if you said you like him and you know he has hygiene problems, you like the non-hygiene problems. You know what I'm saying? So I want to start out by saying that this guy is amazing. So I want to start by saying that this guy is amazing in most aspects. He is kind, hardworking, funny, smart, listens to me when I feel bad, and he is totally my type. We are friends, and I was cool with that. Deep down, I like him, and I've imagined the possibility of being together. When he asked me out today, I was both shocked and happy. But I asked him some time to think because I couldn't give him a true, honest answer to him or myself. The thing is, that he doesn't really take care of himself in the way that his hair is greasy most of the time I see him. His mustache is not well trimmed, and he also forgets to shave his neck beard. His clothes have stains like food or sweat. He smells weird. I can keep going, but I think you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Bitch, 2 paragraphs ago, you described him as you really, really like him and you can see yourself long term with him. Then 2 paragraphs later, you describe a slob with food stains on his shirt and an odor. So who's the one with the motherfucking problem? Girl, I don't really see him often, and when we do, he is clean 60% of the time. Lord have mercy, 60% of the time. I might be too picky, but good hygiene is my first and most important requirement. Apparently not, because you're here debating this shit. And what I look for on a partner, I would think is in a partner, but okay. Someone who showers at least 5 times a week. Girl, bitch, the week has 7 days. Oh my God. No wonder. I'ma read it again. And she says it proudly, chest out and everything. I'm someone who showers at least 5 times a week, does skincare, and goes to the salon 1 to 2 times per month. Girl, 1 to 2 times per. Oh, we know what this is. We know what this is. I want to be with someone who cares about their self appearance as much as I do. Parentheses, I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about self awareness, being clean and trimmed. Nastiness. Baby, do you hear that? It is diabolical. To say I am someone who showers at least 5 times a week, that means that there's 2 other days that you are completely ignoring. And that means that you're showering just 1 time a day, girl. She continues. Now, I think that I might be missing out on a good relationship with him. Y'all both could get together and stink together. He is truly so caring and loving towards me, but I can't get over the fact that he is unhygienic. The pot calling the kettle black. I talked about this with my girlfriends, but I also wanted to have an insight on what dudes might say, because my girls told me, quote, even dudes will agree that they won't ask a girl out if they look nasty, end of quote. But I don't know. They always say I'm right on everything. I wanna see what these men are gonna say. Somebody says, tell him. Somebody else says, so you've already told him. No, why are you considering this? Okay. Somebody says, hold on. I want to get to the part where somebody says, bitch, you showering 5 times a week? None of these men are acknowledging the fact that this woman said. None of these men are acknowledging the fact that she says she showers 5 times a week. What happened to the other days? What happened to the other days? Somebody says, take him clothes shopping and maybe a birthday present of a spa day. and haircuts and such. If you're gonna date, tell him he needs to shower and use shampoo and such before you meet up. When he does, put an effort in praising him. That is way too much. That is way too much. Insane. That is way too much. Let me see what else. None of these men have acknowledged the fact. Okay, somebody says, if hygiene is that important to you, shouldn't be with him. 60% of the time is a failure in hygiene, in the hygiene game. Somebody says, let me just see. Tell him you like a clean shaved, clean cut, well dressed man when considering a partner. Let him know that increased attention to being more like that will make things more likely to succeed between you two. Communication is key. Listen, I've never commented. I'm about to comment on here. Is no one going to point out the fact that she said she showers 5 times a week? What happened to the other 2 days? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, post. I'm going to follow this and I want to see what people are going to say. All right, lady said, young lady. Is she young? How old? Did she give me her age? What's her age? Did she give us ages? No, she didn't give us ages. You two belong together. You calling him unhygienic? Well, you're not too far. Girl, you flexing like going to the hair salon twice a month is something. Bitch. Girl, you really doing things when you have a standing appointment every Saturday at the hair salon. That's when you're flexing. And we're not talking about Pookie's house. We are talking about a Fifth Avenue. They need to make your appointments 3 months in advance, and you have a standing appointment every Saturday morning to get your kitchen together. Bitch was flexing, talking about she showers 5 times a week. Girl, let me just do some hard math. So 7 days a week, I minimum shower in the morning and at night after my day is done. That's 40 motherfucking showers minimum. And in the summer, it's more. And she flexing on 5 showers a week. 5 showers a week. You know what, girl? He's right up your alley. It ain't gonna get no better than this for you. And if it does, then your hygiene is gonna be a problem with the man that gets with you. So, in conclusion, my advice to you is, baby, run. Don't run to that pig. Y'all could pork together. Run to that pig, and y'all could pork together. That is your my man. That is you, girl. That's all you. Hurry up before somebody snatch him off the streets. You are nasty. You fix yourself. You memorialize this shit on the internet and sign your screen name and everything. She showers 5 times a week. Girl. Anyway, I don't know what this has been, but right now I feel like I need to jump in a shower myself. I'm going to take another one. I need to wash these postings off me. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Please make sure you hit that like button. We do this every night. Every night we do this. For the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. For the mothers who are the fathers, happy Father's Day, mothers. All right. I want to thank you for coming through. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a blessed and successful and productive week. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.